Yeah, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Black Trey from Your Gaming, Your Network, bringing you another one, man. What's up, y'all? So today, got a different type of video for you. We got Persona 5 Royal, Persona 4 Golden, and Persona 3, I think it's Persona 3 Portable, dropping on other platforms. We got them coming on the Switch. We got them coming on the Xbox. I think it's only Royal, from what I was looking at, that's going on Game Pass day one. But I think they're all going to be on Xbox, though, which is good. So what I wanted to do, because Persona 5 Royal is a game that I played extensively. Last week I just platinum the game. You feel what I'm saying? So I just want to go through now. I was going to do like a end game build to show people like what you should aspire to, like, you know what I mean? Like, I got some pretty strong personas that literally can carry you through the game, and you wouldn't even need any other ones the way I got them set up. You know, a couple of builds that I got from online. Definitely taking advantage of some of the skills and traits that they have out there. I was going to show like my end game builds for weapons and equipment also, but for some reason, I guess since the games were coming out and they knew that it was coming out, they blocked my progress on recording in the third trimester and the last trimester of the game. You know what I mean? So at the end of the game, after you beat the regular Persona 5, they have a whole nother semester that you can get into. So what I'm gonna do for this video, I'll probably go over the characters, because I just started a new game, just to, you know, show off my personas. And then I think I got like the first 4 characters, I'll show off the equipment that I got for them and my reasoning behind what I do and why I do it. And perhaps in the future, I'll go through another video and just show off, like, you know, what I have for everybody that's in the crew. But with this, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to show you guys the personas right now. So let's get into it. So here we go. So I'm going with a 9 persona lineup. So obviously I haven't summoned them yet because this is my new game plus 2. So I can confirm that by showing you guys, just look at the equipment, because I have this right here, the Omnipotent Orb, which you get from beating someone at the end of the game. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who doesn't know, like, you know what I mean, if you're going in fresh and you just want to know, but you get that item from beating one of the hardest bosses in the game. So we got that now, and let's look at our level. So you see what I'm saying? So you see level 5. So this is my second time going through New Game Plus. So you bring over a couple of things. All right, so let's get into the personas that we have. So, all right, so first things first. First one that we're gonna do, what I'm gonna show you, and I'm just showing them in the compendium, because showing them here because I'm not gonna summon them just yet. I do have the money for them, as you can see, all the money I got. I had max money, but I was buying some items, so that's why it dropped down so low. But I was actually maxed before I started doing stuff. So here we go. So first one we got, Sentinel. Now, you don't get this one, I believe, till New Game Plus, but let's see what we have on it. So for Sentinel, we got Tyrant's Mind, which this strengthens all the attacks, which is actually pretty good, any attack that he has. I put Magdolion, which is Almighty. This magic is the only magic that can't be blocked or guarded against Almighty damage, which is pretty cool. Survival Trick, I'll put this on here, just, you know what I mean, if you look at all his resistances, the dude, he has resistances to everything, pretty much strength against all, and then Nullify with Bless and Drain on the Curse. So, you know what I mean, he's pretty strong with the resistances, so it doesn't take much damage, this one right here. So, you know what I mean, it's pretty cool. Then we got Riot Gun, severe damage to all foes. Victory Cry restores HP and SP after every battle. So this is a good one, like, especially if you know you're about to finish the fight. You know, you switch to this with him, with Joker. and then, you know, refill. So basically it's a cheat. So you can use the strongest spells in the game and not have to worry about having to refill your SP, which is pretty cool. Spellmaster decrease skills by half, and then Heat Riser, which this is it boosts everything: attack, defense, accuracy, evasion, all that. You know what I mean? Makes you faster, make you do whatever. And then a physical ability, which this is pretty good. Now, it does cost more when your HP goes up because it's percentage based. I think it's like 35% or 25%. You know what I mean? But he's one of my strongest, but you know what I mean? I use him mostly for resistances and mostly to attack. Pretty cool. Now, Raoul. I love Raoul. The main selling point about Raoul is the Phantom Show. So now it's a high chance to put enemies to sleep. You know what I mean? This works really well for enemies that are susceptible to status effects. Also, he has the curse damage. So he's going to be one of the only personas, because I have two, because we're working with 9, I think, total. And 2 of them are going to have curse skills, and he's one of them that has it. So it's not the strongest on the curse skill, but well, maybe there may be more than one enemy that has curse skill, but I have to check. I think it's 2 though. But then we got Repel, Bless, because I think that's his weakness. Alley Dance, greatly decrease accuracy. So, and then we got Electric Drain on that. Heat Riser, which, you know, it was just a couple of things. Well, mostly I was focused on the Phantom Show for this guy right here. All right, then moving on, let's see who we got. Then my next one, you actually start with this guy, and as you can see, I maxed him out. Maxed out all stats on him. But this is, the build that I have for this is a critical build. So I put App Pupil on it. He got a one-shot kill, which that adds to it. We put a Riot Gun. You know, since he got the one gun skill, I added another one. Arms Master, Drain Ice, Drain Physical, Curse Amp, which doubles the, 50% more damage on the curse damage. So he's my second curse user. What I may do at a certain point, I may change the Riot Gun to Drain Bless and try and get that on him. But it depends on what I'm running on Joker, because most of the time I have an item on him that negates the resistances or what the personas are weak against. But if I put on all the ones that I'm running with, if I get rid of all their weaknesses, then I may not even need to run that anymore. So I may be able to give him something a little bit better. But Joker, pretty much, he's God tier in this game anyway, so you know, it's probably no need to even do that. Let's see, so I probably would just keep it like that. Next up, who do we have? Oh yeah, you know what, that's why. Go back up. All right, because I didn't do it by level. Okay, there we go. All right, so next up we have Addis. Now Addis, I like Addis because Addis, they don't do the traits, but Addis is cool because Addis has a trait where you're able to use the Thermopyle. Now, when you get traits for your personas, Addis has one that you can only use this one when you're surrounded, but Addis has a trait that you can use the surrounded spells, which is a few of them, without being surrounded. So it's pretty cool. So this is basically my buff persona. So you have Thermopyle, which this is the whole crew. So it's like Heat Riser, but it's for all of them. And he's the best one. And I think this is unique to him. You can't get it on anybody else, I believe. I'm pretty sure. Concentrate and Charge. Because I'm using him as the buff. You know, I give him one attack spell. You know, it's a critical spell, one-shot kill. Drain Curse. I don't remember what his weakness is. It's perhaps Bless, I think. Either Bless or Curse, something like that. One of them, I don't remember. And Debilitate. So basically, he's a buffer and debuffer, no physical, so enemies that attack, and then Repel, Bless. So one of these are probably his weakness. Now moving on, one of my favorites, Yoshitsune. So basically what I put on him, basically just got rid of all his weaknesses, and I added Charge. The reason why I add charge is just in case. Because what I normally do, I have other characters who are set up to use charge on Yoshitsune so that I can use his skill Hasutobi, which is light physical damage 8 times. So it attack 8 times to all enemies. So this is pretty broken actually. And then if you use charge before it, it does 2.5 the amount of damage. And there's a trait that if you add it, it triples the damage. So I'm going to try and see if I can get that on the next time I build him up, because I don't know if he actually has it, and you don't get traced till a little bit further in the game. But as you can see, no wind, fast heal. This is pretty good. So if you're have any status ailments, I can switch to Yoshitsune real quick, and then it'll get rid of that, repel nuke, and then pretty much it's just the charge and Hasutobi, which is basically the use for that. So it's basically just if I need physical damage and I need to hit hard, bang, Yoshitsune is my guy to go to. All right, next up, now this is broken. Now this is probably one of the 2 best personas in the game, and the thing with this persona is he has Country Maker. So the trait for Izanagi no Okomi pick and this one right here, their trait, it doubles all the skills, like all your damage. It does 100% more damage, so it doubles what it would have did in the meanwhile. But you know what, let's go through my man first. So we'll go through the white one. So Myriad Truths, if you debuff and if you buff yourself and debuff yourself and then use this does like, it hits 3 times and it does like, I think like 2,000, 3,000, depending on like the weaknesses, especially 2,000-3,000 per. Like this can take down like even the Reaper. This is my my go-to. You see, it doesn't really have, I think it doesn't really have many weaknesses. I think it's just curse, but strength. This is one of the DLC personas. You get this one, trust me. Now this is what you want to add. So you add Victory Cry. I probably added it from Sentinel, Angelic Grace, and then No Curse, Alley Dance, Almighty Boost, Almighty Amp, which that boosts the Myriad Truth, so that's 75% more damage, plus his trait, which is 100% more damage on top of that, and then magic ability, which is 25% damage. So this is 100% damage, and then his trait is 100% damage. So you're basically doing 200% damage on this right here, and it's already a strong spell. So beast, arguably the strongest persona in the game. So it does cost, it is worth it to get the DLC personas. I highly recommend it. Now this is my he's like a weaker version, but the reason why I included him and made this one was because I added all the elements besides Bless and Curse on my guys. So you see, that's why I made the curse personas. So that's why Arsene has the curse skill and Raul has the curse skill, because you couldn't fit it on here. So I could have actually fit it on here if I didn't add a Magdalene, because I didn't really need this because I have it on my man. But I just left it here because I can't do Bless and Curse. So I said, you know what, this is good enough. So you got Ice, Wind, Psycho, Nuclear, Fire, Thunder, and then, you know, Almighty. And then the thing with this is the trait, so it does 100% extra damage. So it's not as strong as his counterpart, but you do have magic ability, so that's 25%. So 25% plus 100%. So this does 200% extra damage, and this does 125%. And it's still pretty strong. This is basically, if they're weak to these elements, it basically one-shot kills most enemies towards like the throughout the game. So build them up, and as you can see with the stats, you know, I almost got them maxed out. And there's a trick you can look up on how to get the max stats dealing with the alarms and mementos. You feel what I'm saying? All right, so moving on, we got Maria. Maria's my healer, and I think for Maria, the trait that you want is going to be like something like either reducing the cost, which is probably best for this one because her skills tend to cost a lot. So Salvation, this one fully restores. I'm not sure if she's a DLC persona. I think she is. I don't remember because I got the Royal Edition. I got the regular, but I got the Royal. So some of the DLC personas came with it, so I didn't have to pay for them. So Salvation, fully cure all, and takes away, status ailments. So she is God tier, best healing in the game. So healing and revival at full health. You know what I mean? The revival doesn't cost that much. It revives everybody if they're down, but the healing does. It costs a lot. I put Invigorate on here. So she gets 7 SP per turn every time. Holy Embrace, 25% each turn. So you have that. What else do we have? Repel Fire, because I think that may be her weakness. Debilitate, so she can, if you don't want to switch turns, she can debuff an enemy. Angelic Grace and Holy Whisper, which this is cool because it does 15%. So you have 25% and 15%, so that's 35% each turn in battle. And these are unique to her. And 15, so you're getting 21 SP back, which before I knew about the Victory Cry, because I didn't know about it initially, she was definitely the one that I used to refill my SP. Could move to her, and after a couple turns, she's getting you back up to 2 or 3 turns. You got 100 SP back, and that's cool because then you can start using your big spells. But playing through the game, you can work your way around the SP, so it's pretty cool. But Maria, God tier, you need her. Let's see who else we got. Okay, so now, I did Raul already. Yep, we did Raul. Now Kaguya, she's like a weaker version of the DLC persona, Izanagi, but she has she's a DLC persona and she has Shining Arrows. Shining Arrows. So this one is one of my favorites. It does 4 to 8 times of bless damage. It's super dope. I love it. I love the animation, and she's just one of my favorite. I built her up, but I like the DLC version better. It's like Kaguya something. I forgot her name. Something else. Let me see if I can find her. I know she's up. Yeah, Picaro, Kaguya Picaro. But with her, she was basically, she just had that in the heel. So, you know what? I left it at that. So she was the one that I built up, and I'm still like going through it. So I will probably, max her out in a bit. And we'll see. Where is she at? Okay. Where you at? Okay, there we go. All right, so basically the same thing. I just added all the elements. She's pretty cool. And if you don't want to overkill the enemy, she's a good one to use, and you could still get pretty much every element. And she has the bless, so she's my bless. So if there's any enemies that need the bless, I switch to her, and she does that, and it's pretty cool. And that's pretty much my lineup. I think that's 9, and pretty much that's who you want to use. Those personas are good for any situation. So you have buff and debuff, and you have strength and power. So Sentinel, we'll just go over it one time. Sentinel is an attacker. He got a little debuff on him. Buff. He can buff with the Heat Riser, but you really want to use him to attack. Buff yourself, debuff, and then switch to him. And on him, I didn't have it. He has Black Viper, which is a severe almighty skill, but it only hits one person. But I like putting it on him because Magdolion is on a couple other personas. So Raul, we're using Raul for statuses, so the sleep, and curse. Arsens for critical and curse. We are using, what we got? Why do I keep doing that? Sentinel. Then we got Addis for buffing and debuffing. We have Yoshitsune for physical damage. We have Izanagi, both of them. Izanagi no Okumi and Izanami no Okomi Picaro. And these guys, they are for maximum damage. These are the guys you want to use. And the crazy thing is, with the first time you summon the DLC guys, you don't have to pay money for them. But the thing is that with these guys, you have to do the tricks where you're inheriting skills on them. So it took quite some time for me, a couple of hours, at least 2 or 3 hours, to get all these skills on the personas. Maria's a healer, definitely want her. God tier, healer, reviver. Who else we got? Then we got Raul, we said. Kaguya, Blessed, the Blessed Guild, and Arsene's Critical, and Cursed. So that's pretty much all you need. So all elements are covered. You got different play styles. So we got physical, we got magic, we got buff and debuff, and healing. That's pretty much all you need. So from there, it is what it is, man. It's your boy Black Trey from Your Gaming, Your Network. I'm going to be doing another one because I see this video has ran a little longer than I thought it would go. But you know what? It is what it is, man. For people who are getting into it, the compendium, you know, I just platinumed this game, you know what I mean? But it's good. Thanks for checking in, and it is what it is. So try it out when you get it. Let me know what you think, if there's anything that you change, and let's see if these personas are actually God tier, or if my lineup, if you can get a better lineup than what I got, you know what I mean? Compare. Let me know in the comments. It's your boy. Holla. I'm out.